Hey everyone, welcome back to another video and welcome if you are new. So today's video is gonna be a very long one, so I'm just gonna get straight into it. So I'm just showing you the nail stickers that I received this morning. These are some really stunning butterflies, and you get a huge variety. They were from Amazon, so I will link where I got these from. And I thought they would be perfect for today's look, and I'm quickly showing you every single one because I loved honestly all of them, and it was kind of difficult to choose what I was going to use today. But yeah, I'm also using a bunch of crystals. It's why this video kind of took long, and also using some nail art ink, I believe it's called, which is going to be very interesting. And I'm also testing out this Vetsy solid glue nail gel, which I thought was cool, and I did receive in my last PR package, so I didn't get a chance to review that then, but I will definitely review it today. So I'm starting off with nail prep. I don't really have any cuticles to remove, so I'm just getting my cuticle scraper end, and I'm just removing that polygel residue that was kind of left over from my last set. I do get a little bit of that, but my nails are kind of, I wouldn't say damaged, but they're a little bit, they need kind of a break. So I don't want to use anything too abrasive on them, like a hand file or an e-file. So I'm using this super gentle buffer, which is technically a sponge, so it's the only thing I can use on my nails right now without getting them too damaged. And I'm removing the shine and also removing that residue, and I feel like this buffer did an amazing job at that. I always like to use a buffer when my nails are sensitive, and it's pretty much the only thing I'll use. Or I could get away with a 240 grit file, but otherwise just try and use a buffer where you can. Then I'm removing the dust. Of course, you don't want to get any dust in your gel products. And I'm also using a peel-off base for this nail set, although by the end of it, I wish I didn't, because this I think has to be my favorite set of the year so far. So yeah, I'm just applying that peel-off base, and I like to get it on my skin, on the side walls a little bit, just so that I can help pop the nails off easier. Then as that's drying, I'm sizing out my nail tips. These are the extra long nail tips from Amazon, and these are amazing. They have such a good variety of sizes. That's why I love them so much. And then I'm also trimming down the sides a bit, just because I have run out of the sizes I always use. So I'm trying to make the most out of them and just cut down the sizes. Otherwise, the sizes in this nail tip set is perfect for me, and I don't think I found other brands who do such a good range of sizes. So I'm just going in with a base coat. I'm using the Born Pretty 6-in-1 nail glue, or 6-in-1 nail gel. I forgot what it's called, but I'm just doing a layer of this. The reason why I like to go in with this is because it's so thick. I feel like it helps my nails to stay on when I'm filing them a lot better, so that's just the only reason why I use that. Otherwise, you can use any base coat and it will do pretty much the same thing. So I did some research before using this Vetsy solid nail glue, and a lot of people were saying don't use it with your fingers, and so I thought it would be better to use it with a clean spatula, and I really underestimated how thick this product was. As you can see, I tried to pick some up and it just didn't work, but then you really have to get in there and put some force, scrape it up from the little jar. And then once I got it on my spatula, I'm basically pushing it into the well of my nail tip, and then I just basically popped that on, and as you can see, it just went straight on. This product was super nice to work with, and it was just a really quick application as well. I wouldn't say it's quicker than applying base coat, because that's a brush on. You just brush it on and you're good to go. But this solid nail glue, I feel would be great for beginners who want to really position their nails properly and get a nice straight application, because I'm someone who also has had trouble with that, and especially for someone with fingers that are not perfectly straight. I feel I sometimes have to apply my nail tips kind of not parallel to my nail, otherwise they will just kind of not look straight, if that makes sense. So I really like that this solid nail glue kind of gave me the freedom to move my nail around. after it was on. Like as you guys can see, it's very thick, and as soon as it goes on my nail, it kind of just stays there, like it doesn't move and it doesn't fall off. Like, and then that just gave me all the time I needed to move it around. And yeah, I just think this is such a cool idea. I probably will be using this again, but the only downside for me is that it just took a long time, and you do kind of like have to practice a little bit. And I did also have to use my spatula to kind of push down where it kind of meets the natural nail, if that makes sense, because it was kind of thick there. So other than that, it was honestly so great, and I think this would work better with like literally using it to like apply false nails or like press-ons, or like to do kind of like the après method. I've seen that a lot. So really quickly, I'm just going in with my 100 grit file and straightening up that little edge, and that's pretty much it. Then I'm taking this shade from Macad, it's in shade 382, and it's just a hot jelly pink. And I believe you can find this polygel from like the Pink and Bling polygel. You can find it in the jelly polygel kit. And where else could you find it? I think they might sell this individually, but I'm not sure. I will try to link like individual products where I can down below, but if I cannot, then I'll just have to link the polygel kit that I got this from. So for my application, I'm just doing like a simple like coat of this color. It's such a pretty shade, and I thought it would work perfectly for this nail look. By the way, today's nail inspiration was from Dawn Marie Nails on Instagram. I absolutely love her page. She's like such a huge inspiration to me, because all the nail sets she does, like every single one, is so creative, and I feel like it's like my style of like nails, if that makes sense. Like I love like the designs she comes up with. I like the simplicity, and also like how intricate some of the designs are. I just love like her style so much. So yeah, shout out to her if she'll even watch this. I don't think so, but yeah, I will tag her down below, like the inspo pic, and yeah, go check her out. She's so amazing. I hope she inspires you guys too, because she has amazing work. But anyways, I did also want to include a little side view on how I apply my polygel, because it helped some people in my green polygel nail set. So as you can see, I apply the bead starting from the cuticle. I try to get the bead thickest at the cuticle, and as I go down it gets thinner. And then I kind of work my way around the bead rather than just pushing it flat like down, I guess. So that way it helps me build my structure and a bit of apex. And again, if you struggle with this, you can also use the 2 bead method, which is like when you apply a first layer and then go in with a second. So let me know if you guys want to see me do that. It might help you guys out, so I am happy to try that out in my next video. But as for my polygel application, I just try to get the polygel spread out all over the nail, and then I like to look at the nail from the side in the end and smooth everything out. Make sure that your polygel is reaching your sides as well. Today's polygel was a little bit hard for me to work with. I don't know what's going on recently, but I think I'll have to start putting my polygel in like a tub of warm water or something. I don't know. I'll just have to see why that's happening. It only happens with some polygels though, like it doesn't happen with all of them. So yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on there. And as you can see, I'm like kind of struggling a little bit, but the more I worked it, the softer it got. I don't know, it was kind of weird today. But yeah, as you can see, I'm working around the bead, making sure that my brush is like very angled, like very straight when I go to do my cuticle area. So that way I'm not putting so much pressure on the polygel where it starts to like push into my cuticle. It just kind of gets it nice and flat and even in that area, if that makes sense. And then I just work around that, and it's pretty much it. Nothing too crazy. Let me know in the comments if you want me to like explain better when I do my polygel application, because I can definitely come up with like a proper script and like write down some tips or like some tricks, and like actually explain how to apply polygel better than I am now. Because yeah, so just let me know, and I'm definitely happy to like do that for you guys, because I know it can be a little bit tricky with polygel, especially trying to get like the apex and all that structure and all that stuff right, especially when you use tips like I am. So because I am a brand ambassador for Macar and Betsy, I do have a discount code with them. It is Nails by Camin for both, and that will save you 15% from Macar's website, but 20% from Betsy's website. And I strongly recommend you guys check out Betsy because they have some very amazing products at affordable prices. Of course, Macar is always like a go-to as well, so definitely check them out too. And I'm sure you guys will enjoy what you purchase. So I also want to say thank you for everyone who's using my discount code. And the stip solution that I'm using today is the 91% alcohol. I do also like to use 70%, but sometimes the 70% can get a little bit like weird on the nail. Like it sometimes will leave like a white residue, which goes away with filing and cleansing the nail, but I don't know why it does that. So just try to use 91%, but if you can't get your hands on 91%, then 70% can also work as well with Polygel. So I am trying to keep in more of my Polygel application like in real time when I film my videos and edit them. So let me know if that's helpful, or if you guys want me to like skip over some of like my Polygel application, because I know it can be pretty long, but some people say it helps when I keep it in there like in real time. So I try not to speed it up. So yeah, just let me know if that's helpful or not, because I'm not too sure. It was like a 50-50. So yeah, just let me know in the comments. I think that's gonna like help me decide what to keep in and take out of my videos, especially this video because it was like so long and I kept all my Polygel application. So if you guys enjoy the longer videos, then I completely don't mind. I think that's like great if I'm helping you guys, but if you feel like you just don't want to see all of it but still want me to keep some of it in real time, then let me know. So once that's done, I'm going in with the Betsy Naughty Girl Polygel, and this is my favorite polygel from them, like their favorite glitter one. This was like perfect for this set because the glitter has like a pink jelly in it, and the glitter pieces were like a soft iridescent, but they also had some pink in there, which I was like, this is perfect for this set. And Dawn Marie also uses it in her like nail look as well, so I just thought this was perfect. And I was gravitating towards like a loose glitter, but I saw this and I was like, this is gonna work way better. The only thing with this polygel is that when I went to file it, it was like kind of like gritty, I guess. Like the surface of my nail was a little bit gritty, so even after buffing. So you will see that I go in and apply some a double layer of base coat later. But yeah, other than that, this polygel is beautiful, and you only need a little bit. Like I ended up removing a lot of what I applied, so you only need a little bit. And if you are interested, I also did do a review on this Born Pretty gel kit, so I will link that down below. And I still love the little lamp, like I'm still using it. It's so easy to cure polygel in your nail tips. So yeah, now I'm just removing the shine off the nails, the sticky layer off the nails, and I'm making sure to get the underneath really well, because we will be adding top coat there, because these gels are kind of like clear, so I will definitely have to add a top coat underneath. But yeah, just make sure that the sticky layer is really well removed. I am using my 91% again, and I do this like twice. Like I will clean it once and then get a new lint-free wipe, make sure it's clean, there's no gel residue on it, and then I will wipe them again. So moving on to filing, today I'm using my new favorite hand file. I'm using the Lofuana 100 grit hand file, and I also did a review of their polygels, I believe in my previous video, so do check that out. And I also reviewed some Betsy products as well if you're interested. So I just like to file the surface and the side walls of my nail. I feel like because I apply my polygel pretty smooth and even, my filing time is very short, as you can see. And then I go over with a buffer and of course clean off all that dust. At this point, it's very important that you clean the dust off from underneath the nails. Don't forget that, because when you go to apply your top coat, you don't want to like contaminate your bottle with all this dust. So now I'm just going in with the Macart top coat. I went in with like a thinner top coat rather than the thick Born Pretty one. And for this nail, later you'll see that I'm gonna go in with like another layer, just because when I go to do my nail art, it gets a little bit difficult. Like the surface is kind of uneven, so I found that applying that extra layer just helped make it easier to apply my nail art, I guess, my little gel polish nail art. So yeah, I'm just applying that really quick, and then I'm gonna cure that in my nail light for 60 seconds. So this is what the nails are looking like so far. Honestly, so pretty on their own. And I know you can see like my free edge, but don't worry, because that's gonna look good in the end when I apply my crystals. So now I'm going in with the Vetsy gel liner. This is from their pastel gel liner set, and I did do a review on these. They're absolutely amazing, and I use them for almost every kind of line nail art that I need to do. So I'm just gonna follow the design from the inspo pic. So what she basically had was 2 French tips and kind of like a V French tip. It's not really a French tip, but you'll see what I mean. And this brush is like super thin at the tip, which makes it perfect to get right really close to the cuticle area, and it makes it super easy to draw like a deep French tip, if that makes sense. So I like to have my finger resting on the table because you can kind of see it from a different angle, and it also helps me to draw the French tip as symmetrical as I can to the other side. So that's what I like to do, and I will draw it kind of lower than like what I want it, because after I go in and fill it in, you can kind of get a better idea of what your French tip looks like, and then you can go in and fix it more. So try to draw your French tip a little lower than what you would want it, and then go in and fix it up and make it more narrow, and make it shorter, and whatever else you want to do. And don't forget to do like the free edge as well of the nail, because you can kind of see like the little, like the polygel underneath. So just make sure you fill that in nice and well. And then I'm going in and repeating that to the ring finger. I try to get it as like leveled as I can. I just like to hold my fingers close together and kind of mark where the other French tip is, and that kind of helps me to get it very like similar, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's pretty much what I did. Drew it below what I wanted, and then now I'm filling it in, and then I'll go in and I will make it a little shorter and a little bit more narrow, because I want it to be as similar to the index finger as I can. And I am having to fill it in with the little brush. It's honestly fine, and these gels are so pigmented that I did not need a second coat, and they also did not wrinkle in my light, which is so amazing, because it's happened to me before where it's wrinkled and then it ruined my whole design, which was super annoying. But yeah, again, don't forget to do the little free edge of the nail, and then I'm curing that for 60 seconds in my nail light. So now I'm going to go in with a second coat of the top coat. This is the Born Pretty 6-in-1 gel, and this is like really thick. It's almost like a builder gel consistency, and this helped me create like a much smoother surface. As you can see, I'm having no difficulties, and I'm using that same color to do like this almost V French tip, I want to say. But yeah, this was such a pretty look to the nail, and I really think this one was like my favorite nail out of all of them for sure. So yeah, this one was really easy to do. Again, these liners make it so easy to draw anything, and I'm just going in and filling that in. So now I'm taking my Madame Glam white from their Perfect collection, and I'm using this round brush. It's very important that I used a round brush for this because I feel like it helped me get like this cloud kind of look easily. So I'm trying to kind of like outline a little cloud, and as I go down I'm kind of stippling the brush a little bit, which creates a bit of a fade. And don't worry, because I'm going to go over this in a minute and kind of make it look a little bit more dimensional. So I'm just repeating that to where I want a cloud, and I'm trying to create like a variety of different clouds. Hopefully you can tell, but yeah, I'm not the best at nail art, but I definitely try, and it's so much fun to do. And as you can see now, I'm just going in and kind of stippling that. I also added a little bit more white to like the top of all the clouds, just so that it looks like it's fading as it goes down, if that makes sense. So that's what I'm doing here, and it's this brush, I believe it's like a random little brush from Amazon. I don't think it's even branded or anything, but it's one of the brushes I had when I first started off doing my nails. I'm just repeating that to the thumb. This wasn't exactly how her nail set was. I did change it up just a tad bit, but overall the design is still like an inspo from hers. I just changed up a couple nails so that it looked a little bit different. So now moving on to like one of the fun parts of the nail. These are like nail art inks, I want to call them, and these are from the brand, yeah, I don't really remember what brand they're from, but these I got when I literally started doing nails, and I had bought these from AliExpress, I believe, and these are still good. Like, they still work really well. And what I'm doing is just applying pink, yellow and blue, and I'm trying to like overlap the colors, because when you overlap watercolors like these, they tend to create a different color. So just apply these colors where you want them. They don't have to be perfect, because we're going to go in with that same round brush and we're going to dip into the 91% alcohol, or 70% will do. Even acetone will do, I believe. And then you want to just blend out the colors. And the trick to this is just to kind of blend out where the harsh lines are. Of course, you can keep them in if you think they're nice, but I wanted the focus of these nails to be more on like the pink and the crystals that I'm gonna add. So I tried to make this a bit more pastel looking, if that makes sense. So later you're gonna see that I'm gonna remove some of the blue on the other finger, because I feel like it was a tad bit overpowering. So yeah, I'm gonna add like less blue on this finger, you'll see anyway. And I really love how that pink and yellow made that really beautiful orange color. I feel like that's so nice about working with like watercolors, is that you can create such a perfect mix of different colors. And these are amazing for like marbling as well. I believe you could do like an ombre with these as well, but they're a little bit difficult. But yeah, I really love these, and they just gave me so many flashbacks of when I started doing nails. So on this nail, I decided to remove some of that blue and go over with the pink a little bit, just because this is a pink nail set. So I did go in and add a touch more pink and just blend that in. And make sure you don't have like too much liquid on your brush, otherwise it will flood everything. So now we're going into the stickers, and I was so stuck on which ones to use, but I did pick out 4, and then I narrowed the 4 down to 2. So you'll see me pick out the 4 here, and then I just use like 2 of them, because they were honestly all so beautiful. But I definitely had to use like a holographic one, I think. So yeah, these were like honestly the best. So on the back you can see they have instructions and like how to remove and like the caution for this product. And when you open it, it's like nice and packaged in like this little slit at the top, so it doesn't fall out and you can like store it well. And then I'm just using my little tweezers here, and I ended up sticking them on with my fingers because they were just not working out with the tweezers. So these did lift a little bit, but the more I pressed them down, the better they stuck. So just kind of rub them in a little bit and they will stick. And then I used this other one. I believe I used a pink and a blue from here. This one was honestly my favorite. It was so nice. And I'm going in with this purpley / pinkish one, and again just applying that onto the little watercolor nail. And I'm trying to press it down really well here, otherwise they just kept lifting. And then I added a blue one to the cloud nail as well. And now I'm just going to speed up this whole process just because this was like honestly the longest part of this entire nail set. It was trying to recreate like a very similar crystal placement to the inspo pick, and I tried to use as many different colored crystals as I could. I think that's what drew me to this nail look, is that it was almost a little bit abstract with like the mismatching crystals and the different colored crystals that like just made it look so different and unique. So yeah, this is like sped up 8 times. As you can see, it took me very long to do, but it was so well worth it in the end, and I absolutely love how these nails turned out. So I am using the Born Pretty 6-in-1 base coat, nail glue to adhere these onto because it is thick, and I'm so glad that I did because none of them moved. They just stayed exactly what I put it. Like, can you imagine if I tried to do all this at once and then they just kept moving? Like, so I just had to use something thick like the Born Pretty nail glue. And this is the finished nail set. I really like how these nails turned out. They took me so long to do, but they are so worth it. Thank you, Dawn Marie, for the inspo, and I love all your work if you're watching. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the like button. This video honestly took me so long to film, and I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. So yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys.